Good morning.
Good morning, Gaetan. Good morning, everyone. Here we are again. This is season two. Episode
Season
1. Yay,
two.
yay, yay.
We
How
did
many episodes did we have in season 1?
26 and plus.
26 and plus.
We did
Wow.
26 week, and during some of the week we have a special that you host, and then that's make probably 28, 29 production over a period of 6 months. So I'm talking about live. I'm talking about live broadcast.
Yes.
And we produce also small insert video, and we have about 8 of these video produced also.
Yeah.
So we did a good, and the total, we're close to 20 hours of live broadcast, if you want some statistic. So, and our audience need to know that we move from the Dog Connection on Facebook page, on Facebook page was named the Dog Connection
TV, the
TV.
Dog Connection TV, yeah.
And we can see what happened there.
We can. You want to say, okay?
Well, it's simple.
Yeah, it's
that page has been unpublished.
Yeah, it has been unpublished. So
we're in communication with Facebook to appeal the decision. The decision is absolutely mysterious to us. We received an email at the beginning of October saying that in 2015, one rebroadcast or one share.
No, it was a share. Well, we just found this out. Yeah,
Yeah.
But one share that we did from CNN about some dogs that now the law had passed that people were going to have felonies, and that they cited and said that particular shared post was a false post, and that we needed to remove it. Well, we did remove it, but that's the only thing that we know of that it could possibly have been any kind of a problem, because we don't entice people to do things on our page. We don't entice people to buy anything from us. So we're not really sure what, but we understand that there's some problems going on right now with quite a number of pages. We are not the only ones, and they have done nothing wrong either. So it could be something to do with the algorithms, with the artificial intelligence. We're not really certain, but whatever it is, at this point, if you know anybody that was on the Dog Connection page, we ask you to let them know that they can watch the show on this page.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about what our topic is today. It's a good one.
Yes, it's about the good dog.
Yeah, it's about the dogs
that save
lives. And we see all these things all the time. Now, the miracles that dogs perform. So Gaetan was really diligent about picking out some really good stories that we thought that you guys might really like.
Yes. When I did the research, I found thousands of story. I will not exaggerate. I did not went through 1,000, but I saw thousands of pages. No, let me rephrase it. On Google page, when you do a Google search, dog save, there's like many hundreds of pages of article related to a dog save something, somebody, somewhere. So there was a lot of content there. So I tried to focus on different type of rescue by dog, and I came across a number of these dog saving their owner in different condition, in different circumstances, and if you want, we can play one of
Yeah,
these
let's play
video.
the first one. Yeah,
Yeah, the first one is come from KETK. It's an NBC affiliate in St. Augustine, Florida, and it's about a lady and her dog. I won't say more. I'll share the
yeah.
screen. I'll click on the tab, and it said
Audio.
the audio has been selected. And here's the video. Let me see if I can do a full screen here. Yes. No, that was a full screen, strangely. And play.
Bella and Sadie, 8 paws, 2 tails, one incredible story. The morning of December 3rd, their owner, Maureen Hatcher, collapsed from a stroke in her St. Augustine home.
I just went face first into the floor.
A clot cut off the blood flow to the right side of her brain. The clock was ticking.
I remember Sadie coming in, and I said, Mommy needs help. And then they were gone.
Almost as if they knew they had to act quickly, Bella and Sadie ran off. The Ring camera on the front door caught the moment the loyal pets dashed across the street to alert a neighbor. Moments later, she arrives at the house. After a few tense seconds and no answer at the door, she goes inside and calls 911. Paramedics came, but instead of taking her to the nearest ER, they recognized the signs of the stroke and rushed her to Baptist's Comprehensive Stroke Center in Jacksonville.
When a stroke happens, time is everything.
Dr. Nima Agahabrahim says it's a decision that likely prevented permanent brain damage. Up until recently, it was believed patients that had gone untreated for as long as Hatcher were out of time. But doctors successfully removed the clot through a new procedure only specialists can pull off.
This is a relatively new procedure.
Using dye to find the clot, cutting into Hatcher's femoral artery in her leg, and maneuvering a stent retriever up to her neck to remove the clot. Something that up until a few years ago was unheard of.
By doing that, we restore blood flow back to the brain.
Now, making this story even more unbelievable is Hatcher's door always locks automatically, so she believes by pure chance, pure coincidence, it must have stayed slightly ajar that day to allow the dogs to get out.
By rights, I shouldn't be in the shape that I'm in.
So many things could have gone differently. The door could have been locked. Bella and Sadie could have stayed by Hatcher's side. The neighbor could have turned around and gone home. Luckily, Hatcher wasn't as alone as she thought.
I had an angel across the street. I had a great rescue in the neighborhood and the hospital.
And of course, Bella and Sadie.
I'm blessed.
Oh boy, you have to love that.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of reminds me of when Maria, who wrote Dr. Dog, when she was on the show, about how a dog will instinctively know and detect a person's illness or seriousness or something that's wrong with them. So here's a case of that. But the dog was so connected. We talk about being connected with your dog. Perfect example here. Great choice, Gaetan.
Thank you. And it's fascinating because the idea that a dog will seek help from neighbor. It's
How
not
do they know that?
Yes, exactly. How they know? They've never been trained to do that. Nobody trained a dog or know how to train a dog to go ring the door of the neighbor if the owner is in bad shape or something happened to the owner. So there's something to the dog there coming with a sixth sense or some other dimension and taking action to save life.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking all of a sudden what ran through my mind is, remember Lassie? How Lassie always was able to get to a neighbor or get to somebody and find somebody and was the hero of the day. It's the same kind of thing. How did Lassie know how to do that?
Or did Lassie teach other dog to do it?
Exactly. Well, maybe this dog watched Lassie. Who knows?
Or the grandfather of the grandfather of that dog watched Lassie and learned it.
Hi, Ellen.
We might be
Ellen.
joking there, but I found out, and you might have found out the same thing, that dog can teach dogs and surprising things. I have you remember Judy Jelm, the first episode we did on season 1? Her dog got a daughter. You know, she has puppies, and she kept the daughter, one puppy, a daughter, with her dog. her dogs work as a speech therapist and learn sign language. I cannot mimic what sign language is, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you get the point. And to the surprise of Judy, the mother trained the daughter to follow sign language. And that was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible? It seems, in her case, Judy, yes, she's a witness. She witnessed that the mother taught the daughter sign language. The mother learned it from Judy. And that's interesting. We have another topic. And this time, an animal, a menacing animal, challenged the life of an owner. And the dog stand between the challenging animal and the owner.
The
and
predator.
The owner, a predator, and the owner is the little girl. So we'll watch that and we can comment on this one.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I have to do
His stuff.
my stuff from here.
Tab. Audio.
Yeah, I need to pick up the right one. Blah, 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 blah. That's the one here. I'm sharing this. I'm making full screen, and I'm clicking play.
Rescue dog who returned the favor big time. This dog was adopted by a family in Florida just 2 months ago, and then turned around and saved the family's daughter's life.
Yeah, the dog putting himself between the 7-year-old girl and a rattlesnake in the family's backyard. Rachel is here with the story. Rachel, Dan says this is his second favorite story of the day. You have the other one
here. I've got both of them today. And this is a great story, guys, and good morning to you both. Now, this 2-year-old German Shepherd took to his new family immediately, but little did they know their rescue dog would come to the rescue of one of their children.
And look at this one.
This morning, the DeLuca family is fighting to save the life of their dog, Haas, who they now say is their hero.
Rescue dog, for us, paid it forward by protecting my family.
The pup was rescued by the DeLucas, coming to 7-year-old Molly's rescue when a deadly diamondback rattlesnake, ready to strike, snuck up on her while playing in the backyard.
She saw him jump back and go forward and jump back and go forward.
Haas jumped between his owner and the venomous reptile, saving the little girl by getting struck 3 times in the process.
Next thing we know, there's blood, and he was limping and crying.
The lucky child by her hero dog's side as he underwent emergency treatment, receiving anti-venom 4 times a day for 4 days.
Is his leg getting any better?
The DeLuca's GoFundMe page has raised over $50,000 in donations to pay for Haas's steep medical bills.
They're sweet and kind of nice because they're caring about Haas.
And the family says he is now on the mend.
I'm doing everything I can. I feel like I owe it to him to keep trying to save him.
And as for all the excess money they raise, the DeLuca family announced overnight that anything above Haas's medical bills will go to a local animal rescue. And the family is now telling people not to send any more money because they have what they need in excess. I mean, within 3 days' time, over $50,000 raised.
Incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, these medical bills for the guy, I mean, super expensive, around $1,500 in ICU a day. 600 plus for the vials. He gets those 4 times a day. It's unbelievable, but even more unbelievable is what he did for the child.
Yeah, and all that money is worth it. Haas is adorable and
He
an amazing
is.
dog, and proof positive that adopting animals is absolutely worthwhile.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Of course, my pleasure.
Oops. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes.
Okay. Here we are. I on the. Oops. Hold on a second. I need to just stop this. Okay, we're back. Sorry.
So another case of dogs making a difference.
Yeah.
Here was a rescue dog that, as Gaetan pointed out, didn't have any training and came to the rescue. How did he know how to do that? It's instinct. It's the connection. So wasn't that a wonderful story? So many things going on. Yeah. Hi, Ellen. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Ellen. Hi. Yes, in this case, the what is unique or interesting, it's the dog faced a predator, put his life first to protect the little girl. I was saying the daughter, the little girl,
Yeah,
the owner, and that's there's a natural instinct to animal to defend themselves or protect themselves. But in this case, the dog apparently ignore the danger for himself and stand between the girl and the snake. And
Right.
this is, I don't know if it's related to the old heritage from the wolf, where the wolves stay as a pack and they protect each other. Is that a case like that? I don't know. I don't have an explanation, but it's something to explore.
Okay, we should do that because, as far as I know, there's an alpha and there's a alpha in the pack, and usually they say that if you have a dog, you want to be the alpha because the dog will take control of your whole household, and you'll have pee and poop and things chewed and everything else. So you got to be the one that's in control. And also, if you are the one that is in control, then that dog will definitely be very loyal to you. I think that's part of the overall training and instinct from the very beginning. You know, when I was going to say, when I first had Charlie was a dog that lived on the streets for many years, and he never saw the inside of a house. He was with a homeless guy, so he didn't know to. You don't pee in the house, you don't poop in the house, and you don't bite, you don't do any of that. I had one heck of a time trying to train him because he wanted it his way, and it was my way. This is the rules now. And every day I would say to him, Charlie, we've had this discussion so many times already. We'll go over it one more time. Mom says this and that, and he'd look at me like, really? You really think so? I don't think so, Mom. You know, so you got to make certain that you are in control.
Yes, and I have this picture of the dog in the park taking his owner for a walk, and not the owner taking the dog for a walk.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of jokes about that because if your dog is pulling you, who's taking who for a walk? You have to, yeah.
That's a picture I have.
Yeah.
How many times you see somebody dragged by the dog and the dog go his way and the owner says, "Yeah, I'm coming. Whoopee."
Yeah. You know, which brings us to a point that a dog will save a life.
Yeah.
When there's when there's really a true connection, because if you don't have a connection with your dog, they might find something wrong with you and they might find it upsetting. But the truth is, if you're not connected, you're not even going to notice that the dog is doing anything.
Yep.
You won't even notice that the dog is identifying you've got a problem.
Yep.
That's why with the service dog, it's mandatory that you come together, you get close, and you know what the dog knows what you're thinking, and you know what the dog is thinking. It's like meshing into one body. Morning, Paul.
Good morning, Paul from Down Under. Hey, mate.
Yeah.
So we have about connection. We have exactly this topic in the next two video, and the next one, it's about a dog going against all instinct to save the landlord or the owner of the place. So let's show this video, and let's the God of technology be with us.
Yes.
And this is I have to pick up the right.
And the audio.
Yes, I select the audio. Hold on a second. What is the? Did I erase it? I have it. I have it here.
Okay.
Okay, here we are. Sorry.
I was looking at my cheat sheet, so there.
Talk about being a really good boy. Listen to this story. A South Carolina man is okay after his dog rescued him from a house fire. Brian Rand says he lives alone in Buford, and when he was sleeping, his dog Curly kept pushing his nose against him.
I got up and started walking. As soon as I walked by the hallway, the house was overly smoky. And then I saw the flames through the side window there.
Rand got out of the home with Curly and called 911. The home may be a total loss, but firefighters were able to salvage several military medals he earned in Vietnam.
Oops, it's over already. I have to do this and come back here. So sorry for this. The video was very short. So this video come from WCBD News 2, and that's from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And, thanks to the guy who do this report. And fire. Any living being of any species flee in the front of fire.
Exactly.
Except,
good point.
Yes, except these dogs with their owner who want to protect the owner and alert the owner that there's a danger, life-threatening danger, and they will stick around the owner to save the life of the owner. And there's hundreds of cases of dog saving life in the case of a fire from a family of, many cases there. So that's very surprising to see a dog against all instinct of preservation going to save the life of his owner. Or, yeah, that's what I mean.
And you can many times see clips of fires where dogs will go back into a fire to either find where that person is, or I've seen them bring out cats, other animals. I've seen dogs bring out other animals from house fires, which is really an incredible thing. You know, house fire is scary enough as it is, but for some reason these dogs just are fearless when it comes to that.
So
and then when I was going to
go ahead.
I was going to say, then when you see all these wildfires that are going on in California and all of the animals, you're absolutely right, Gaetan. You see the horses running, you see all of the livestock. They want to move away, but a dog will either sit and wait for the owner, or they don't want to leave.
Yeah, and it's true for all animals: birds, insect, rabbit, name it. The instinct is to run away from fire, and this is like the universal case. Fire mean get away, run, stay away from there, and flee from all animal. But in this case, the dog stick with the owner.
Yeah,
stick around. So we have another case where the dog was sensitive, responsive, and perceive a danger for the owner. And this happened in a family, in a couple. And I'm going to share this video with you if you're okay with that. Thank you for the people watching, sticking around. Thank you. One more audio, and this is called Support Dog. Here it is. This is from Fox 47 in Lansing, Michigan.
Plenty of dogs are loyal, but some go above and beyond for their owners. Fox 47's Kellen Buddy talked with a man from Lansing who says he's alive thanks to his dog.
It's a whole new perspective to being man's best friend, you know. It goes farther than that.
Cashew is Kirk Hetherington's support dog.
I love you.
He helps Kirk deal with anxiety and stress.
He wasn't even trained to do what he did. He took it upon himself.
Saturday night, Kirk and his wife Rosie were asleep.
Whenever Cashew has to go out, he bounces up and down if he's on the bed to get her attention.
But he didn't do that this time. He licked me in the face. He never, ever has licked me in the face since I've known him. So I got up, and then he went over to Kirk and started licking on his face. And I noticed that Kirk was just dripping, soaking wet and sweat. And I just thought to check his blood sugar.
It's okay.
Kirk is diabetic, and his blood sugar had dropped dangerously low. Rosie sprang into action and fed him crackers and orange juice, which is an uncommon item in their house.
It's got too much sugar for him. So I normally don't, but I got juice because I wanted it, and it just happened to be there.
3 hours later, Kirk's blood sugar had risen back to normal. Cashew by his side the whole time.
It was amazing what he did, because if he didn't wake my wife up, I would not be here today.
Cashew wasn't Kirk's support dog when he was a puppy, but Kirk is thankful that he got Cashew registered.
They are a great asset and should never be looked down upon or anything, because they're just you can't put a price on them.
Saturday night changed Rosie's point of view. Normally a cat person, she didn't think much of Cashew.
He can have as many cheeseburgers and wake me up in many times in the middle of the night as he wants to.
It also gave Kirk a new lease on life.
It's just a great feeling to wake up every day now knowing that, you know, you got another chance.
Kellen Buddy, Fox 47 News.
Oh, well, first off, the name Cashew, that cracks me up. I love that. It's like, oh, pistachio, cashew. Cute name, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, I noticed in that one that, because we might get some responses from that, they said that they made Cashew into a support dog. I think what they really meant was, a service dog. I think what they meant was a support dog. Because the service dog requires a lot of training and certification and et cetera. So we just wanted to clarify that. For them, this dog is providing a service, and it was instinctive, and he wasn't trained to do anything. Way to go, Cashew.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly, good morning to you too. How are you? Yeah, we keep going. Yeah, we're going on, moving forward.
Never giving up.
Never giving up. Nope.
And by the way, yes, we are not only on the Good Dog Day Show Facebook page, we're also on the Good Dog Day Show channel now on YouTube. And so we're
also.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you today, and I normally don't do that. I guess I'm just real anxious. We're also on the Facebook page, the dog influencer, Kathy Tarchioni. We're on that page too.
Great.
I'll pause up to you too, Kelly.
Yeah.
I promise I'm going to zip my lip. I won't interrupt you. Now he's not going to talk. Okay. Yeah, we love doing these shows, guys.
Yeah. Okay. We have one more video.
We do? I thought we got two more.
That was a surprise.
Oh. Okay, one more.
Okay. We have two more.
Okay.
But one and then another one.
Okay.
That we're not supposed to tell the people that we have another one at the end of the other one.
I gotcha.
Okay. This one is a little bit related to the first one we saw, but with another dimension. It's in the wild. Everything takes place in the wild. And this video comes from Animal Planet, our friend there. And it's called I Shouldn't Be Alive. Dog Save Injured Owner. And we're going to watch that because it's very fascinating, like all the other video we watched so far.
And especially the things that come from Animal Planet.
Yes.
Yeah, we're great supporters of Animal Planet.
Yes, we are. We have big love for them. Here is the video.
During a training run in a remote Utah canyon, world champion adventure racer Danelle Belenji slips and plummets 60 feet onto solid rock, smashing her pelvis into pieces. Her legs useless, she's stranded on a ledge. Separated from her dog Taz, Danelle is alone in 1,000 square miles of barren, uninhabited wilderness.
I knew that I needed to get out of that canyon. The temperatures were cold, and it was the middle of winter. But I couldn't stand up, I couldn't walk. So I just started dragging myself. It would take all my energy to sort of drag myself an inch. And then the pain would be so bad I would have to regroup and try it again. At one point I looked back at my tracks and I could just see where I dragged myself through this canyon. It took me probably 2.5 hours just to get to the bottom, dragging myself inch by inch. canyon that took me maybe 2 or 3 minutes to walk up.
The only comfort Danelle has is her dog's constant companionship.
Taz was there with me, and he was all I had at that point. And I said to him, I said, Taz, I'm hurt, I need help. Can you go get help?
There's a dog down there. You see him?
Yeah, I got him.
I know to pay attention to dogs because they know stuff. So when he ran up over the hillside, I had a very strong feeling of I better follow him for a few minutes.
Please help me.
It was the best moment of my life because I knew right then that I was going to get a second chance. I knew I was going to make it.
It was quite emotional because not very often do you go on a rescue where somebody's life is really quite on the edge. The look on her face was one of relief, and then the tears came.
The next thing he said to me was, "You got one good dog." And I just started crying. I just laid there and started crying. I knew Taz was a smart dog, but to be able to do what he did, this was a whole nother level of communication. Suddenly, you know, my dog was taking care of me instead of me taking care of him. You know, I look back on it now and I'm so grateful. He's truly a best friend.
Oh my, does that give you goosebumps? That was
Yes.
excellent, Gaetan. Great
Yeah.
choice. You could just feel her passion there and the connection that she had. Instead of her taking care of her dog, now her dog's taking care of her.
Yes.
How priceless. Yeah.
And the lesson in all these video is the level of communication. It's communication between animal and human.
hmm
If we have the same level of communication between human, that can change the world.
That's why we want to connect the two, because
Yeah.
it's so unnoticed. There are
You
so
know,
many people that have dogs that they don't realize the gift that they have and what that
Mhm.
dog's capabilities are.
yes. And you know, the reason why I get involved is because I take the example of dog and tell human,
hmm
try to be as nice as some dogs sometime. Have communication with other human. Don't
Mhm.
ignore them. Don't be receptive. That will create a better world, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they don't judge either.
No.
You know, they
Uh,
they're just there to please. And look at what this dog did for her. How did he know where to go?
yeah, he was on the cliff. He was
Yeah, how
above.
did he know?
He was above her. She felt like 60 feet, and she ended up on the ledge in the canyon. She dragged herself for 2 hours. He managed a way around that place to get to her instead of, you know, running away or disappearing or scratching his tail. He find a way, and I'm sure we don't realize really the geography of that space, but it's let's say you have a plateau, and then
Mhm.
you have cliff, and you have gorge or ravine, deep ravine, and to go from one level to the other, there's no there's no stairs, there's no, you know,
Mhm.
road, there's no indication, so the dog has to manage his way around the terrain and find a way to get to a lower level, to a lower level, to a lower level, to a lower level, all the way to the point where he can be with his owner, and that's not an easy task.
A lot of them are good mountain climbers too. You think of the search and rescue dogs where they have to wear the pads, but they go through all the glass and they go through all the rocks and all of that. They're able to maneuver and sniff out things.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Kelly, I think, said she's showing her puppers, so if she ever goes running and need them, they know their job. So that's good.
Yep.
Hey, Sebastian.
How you
Good
doing?
morning. Good morning, son. How you doing?
Next time I'm in Australia, I'll visit you.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know when. I've been there only once.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's a nice place. You have to be there once.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have one more video, which is it's kind of not a surprise really. It's connected with all the other video, but this time it's taking place in China to say that good dogs are everywhere. It's not limited to one location. And if you don't mind, we'll check this video. And I have to do my careful
Your magic, yeah.
Careful selection of my video.
Click
Everything
audio.
audio is on. Let's see if it's working.
And
Driver led an ambulance through a maze of streets to save his owner, who had collapsed in an alleyway. You're watching What's Good on What's Trending. I'm Shira Lazar. Sometimes we need a break from the craziness of this world, and we just want to know what's good. So if you like good news, be sure to like this video and subscribe. Chinese emergency services received a call about a garbage man who had collapsed in a residential alleyway in the Shanxi province. The man was collecting bottles at a neighbor's home when he suddenly collapsed in the alleyway. While the ambulance was heading to the scene, they encountered the man's dog, who was out looking for help. The dashcam footage shows the dog waiting for the ambulance in the middle of the road and beginning to run, prompting rescuers to follow it. One of the rescuers even said that the dog kept looking back to make sure that the ambulance was following him. Oh, my heart. I love dogs so much. They're the best. The dog led them to a crowd surrounding the unconscious owner, who was then taken to the hospital for treatment. The owner's son is currently taking care of his father. The video, which is going viral online, is stirring up some emotional reactions. Like this user who said, "I'm not crying, you're crying." Several viewers pointed to other stories like this one, where this good dog refused to leave its owner after she collapsed in the street. The dog was let into the ambulance and rode all the way to the hospital. And this viral video where a dog had to be restrained as his owner was put on a stretcher, but was later allowed to give his owner some kisses. And of course, this iconic image of George H.W. Bush's service dog staying by his casket. Silent J said, "We humans don't deserve dogs." And Laura adds, "Dogs are better than people." Salter Street said the same thing as me. My heart. Dogs are truly a man's best friend and a woman's best friend and their best friend. So what do you think about this sweet story? Let us know in the comments below and let us know what we should cover next on What's Good. Plus, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more of What's Trending. And for more stories, go to whatstrending.com.
So What's Trending is it's on a site on the internet. And hold on a second, I'm turning off the sound there. And their mission is to spread good news.
Yeah,
so
and that is good news. You think about this particular dog, or all of these dogs. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of the one dog that was able to get onto the ambulance, or was running alongside of the ambulance, and then went inside the hospital and was able to find the room, got on the elevator, and was able to find the room where the owner was. It's an incredible video, and somebody had taken it. How do they know how to do that? Just another instinct.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Parker.
How you
Hi,
doing?
August.
Hi, mate.
Yeah.
And we have Paul again.
Yeah, and
From
August is
Lillian.
there too. Wow, my boss and team. Oh,
Oh, here's this one also.
yeah,
August.
that's part of Sebastian's team.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank
We
you, guys.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. So that was our topic today. The dog saved somebody, somewhat, somehow, and we were trying to show the range of capability, the capacity of the dog, to how much effort it would put just to save their owner, our friend or human, whatever you call that politely. What is politically correct?
They're
to say?
people. They're
They're
people.
people.
Yeah.
The dogs save their
The
people.
dog's people.
Dogs people. Okay. That's politically correct?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's what I call them. The dog's human, the dogs, the dogs and the people that love them, the dogs and the people that take care of them.
But you're always correct, Katie.
Well, this is true. I'm pretty close to perfect. I mean, this is pure awesomeness.
Me?
I know.
Me?
It's hard to be humble. If Dale was watching, he would tell you that it's hard to be humble.
No. I went to the School of Humility.
Okay.
I graduate with honor, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, thank you, folks. We had a bit of a setback, and it was difficult for us to overcome. But we're just not going to let everything get us down. Nobody can take our talent away. Nobody can take our passion and our desire. So we are moving forward, and you look forward to next week's show. And we're actually going to be starting the Rainbow Bridge show. So you'll stay tuned for that. We'll let you know when that series is coming up. That'll be a series.
We're not done.
We're not done. We're just beginning. Beginning. It's a brand new day.
Yes, and we will have some pretty good stuff coming up. I will not say more, but it will be very interesting to follow.
Yeah.
So on these words, thank you, Kathy, for being the host you are. And we'll see everybody next week.
Okay. Thank you, Gaetan. Thank you, partner. Thank you, folks. We appreciate it. And stay tuned for more good things to come.
You can whisper to your friend.
Yeah. Whisper. Just tell them about us.
Yeah. Not too loud.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Whoops.
That was easy.